Hey guys, today I've got a Maytag Brovos XL matching washer and electric dryer set, and I've ran a few loads through it, but on this last load, I always do a video as if you're standing here yourself checking it out. We've got some clothes tossed down in the bottom there. We've got this guy set to just normal. I went ahead and did max on the spin speed, soil levels, almost the heaviest setting there. And then just warm on the water. No additional settings set right now, but of course if you go changing those things, it changes your time around a little bit. You can select all of those, or oxy, just whatever you like. You also have delicates, you've got a deep water wash. I mean, you've got all kinds of different settings. I'm just gonna run normal on this last one here. We're gonna hold to start. And so what it's gonna do, it's gonna start out sensing how many clothes I've got in here, how heavy they are, all that. And then it'll start to spin, balance, and add water. See it get going there. But I'm obviously not gonna do an hour-long video. But also, as this is going, this time will fluctuate. It'll jump up, it'll jump back down, kind of depending on how heavy it determines this is, how long it thinks it's gonna agitate, and all that. So we'll let this guy go ahead and get started, and we'll come back when it's all full of water and start the agitation process. Good. It's gonna probably stop and add a little bit more water as it goes along, but right now the agitation plate is vortexing those clothes. It's kind of how it works, almost like a front load washer where the clothes vortex in along the plate and on themselves, and that's how they get clean. See, nice smooth operation, sounds great. And sometimes it'll stop, like I said, add more water, and it could do this 5 or 6 times with this type of machine before it reaches its peak full level. And you could also, if you wanted those clothes just floating around in water, you could do the deep water wash. You could add the deep clean, which adds a whole additional filling up and draining out cycle. But I'm gonna let it go ahead and move through on over to the rinse cycle. I'll come back and show you that the drain's working on it. Then we'll finish up by showing you a fast, smooth, final spin cycle. Okay, we're moving out of the wash cycle into the rinse cycle, and it's draining that water out nice and fast. Of course, it'll drain all the water out before it starts to spin, and then we're gonna fill back up with fresh, clean water for the rinse cycle, which it'll agitate on. Then it'll drain that water out, and we'll be back onto the final spin. And I'll show you how nice, fast, and smooth it is. So we'll let it move through that rinse cycle, and then we'll come back. All right, and we're on to the final spin. It's moving very fast, doing an excellent job, max extracting the water out of those clothes, which is awesome for when you put them in the dryer. It's gonna cut your drying time in half, part of the HE designation. And also we have this set to max extract. And as it gets down to the 5-6 minute mark, it'll spin a little bit faster, and it gradually gets faster as the clothes get lighter too. But you can see there, spinning super fast with 12 minutes left to go. So I'll go ahead and let this finish up. As soon as it's done, we'll pull those clothes out, move them over to the dryer, and show you that the dryer is working perfectly. Okay, so we've got those clothes cleaned out. You can see huge capacity on that washer there. We've got the clothes moved over here to the matching electric dryer. These things' capacity are huge. It makes that look like a small load. I call that a medium-sized load. Go ahead and close it up. We're gonna turn this on. Tons of different options here. I'm just gonna go to, power dry. Sounds cool. It's alerting me to check the lint filter. I already checked it. I know it's good. We're gonna hold this to start. Everything is set to max level here. Of course, you could go in and change it if you wanted to, or just pick a lighter if you had some delicates. You've got delicate options. Tons of options for anything you'd want to get dry. You can see, nice smooth operation. Sounds great, and it'd even be a little bit quieter once you had the vent on the back. So I'm gonna let this run for about 5 minutes. I'm gonna grab my heat temperature gun and show you that it is in fact heating like it's supposed to. All right, that's been running for a couple minutes. So in between those two red dots right there, it's gonna take a surface temperature measurement. So it's about 83 degrees on the top of this dryer. If I shine that on the ground there, you can see it's considerably cooler on the ground, the concrete floor. And you should be able to see those clothes tumbling in there. I'm gonna open this up. Nice bright light. Shine this right inside the heating element tube. You can see plenty of heat coming out of that tube right there. That in turn is gonna heat the inside of your dryer anywhere from 95 up to 195. Just depends on what your heat setting's at and how long it's been running and all that. But you can see it's getting nice and hot here. Push those back in. Your lint trap is right here, so you can pull that up, change that out every single load. Close that, and we're gonna hold the start. So we'll let those finish up. I'll go ahead and get these guys listed up for sale. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and I do appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. Thanks, you guys have a great day.